We're talking about the building information tab in the project section. This information here is going to be displayed on the results page. So whoever you're performing the calculations for, if you want to give it a project number, if you're doing a calculation that's from a set of building drawings, you can put the designer of the drawings here as well as the date of the drawings. Again, this is not going to affect anything on the report. It'll just show up on the results page. Building attachment. So you can choose a dwelling unit from one of these options. Number of floor levels, make sure you hover over this yellow cell here with a hover note and read about what a floor level means. Floor level is not the same thing as a story. Homes with more floor levels, there is some allowance for that here, but it's very important that you read this yellow cell and the hover note before you do anything like that. Front of house facing direction, you can choose from one of the 8 options here. And if this is an assumption, you can type in yes here. That will just be displayed on the results page and making note that this is an assumption. Next up, we get to the building area and volume calculator. If this is your first project, it is extremely important that you read each and every hover note here, as this tells you what all of these fields are. There's also a little yellow comment bubble here and another hover note over top here. Basically, you want to input the floor area in these fields here, the total wall height in these fields here. If we're in the foundation and we have foundation wall, we can enter the height of the foundation wall in these fields here. This would usually be in the basement. Crawl spaces don't often have pony walls, but if they do, and sometimes they do, you can enter in the correct foundation wall height here. These inputs here only have one effect on your project, which is that it's going to speed up inputs for you over here in the room dimensions page because the height of the above grade walls is going to be known. For example, if I have a basement that's 1,000 square feet and the total wall height of the basement is 8 feet, but my foundation wall only comes up to 6 feet. And that means I have a 2-foot pony wall on top of the foundation wall. The calculator will know that when I get to the room dimensions page. Okay, so let's do our inputs here for this in-class example. So calculations performed for TECA example, project number NA. Designer of building drawings is also TECA, and the date of drawings is NA. I'm just quickly moving through these fields because they're not so important here. Let's go up and choose Kamloops. We're going to leave the weather data as default. My building attachment, let's see. So this is a single family dwelling. We've got 1, 2, 3 floors, and you can see, especially from our elevations, this is a standalone building with 1 dwelling unit in it. So it's a detached building. Number of floor levels is actually going to be 3. As I said before, a floor level is not a story. There is a basement, a main floor, and an upper floor, so our number of floor levels is 3. Front of house is this direction here, which is the southwest elevation. You can also see that from this basement floor plan here where we have our entry door facing southwest. Is this value assumed? No. Now we get to the building area and volume calculator. I have traced the areas of each floor and they are shown here. So the lower floor is 313 feet, 0.2, so 313.2. I'm going to delete these for now. The first floor is 340 square feet, and the upper floor is also 340 square feet. The total wall height can be found from elevations oftentimes or from the section view. I don't see wall heights labeled here, but if I go to the elevation, I can see this is labeled here as 8 feet, so that's my basement floor height. My main floor height is also 8 feet. And my upper floor height is 8 foot 1 inch. So I'm going to type equals 8 plus 1 over 12. That's how I convert 8 feet 1 inch into feet as a decimal. Next, I'm going to enter the foundation wall height. Remember, this is not mandatory. This just helps me speed up some inputs. I see that lots of the foundation wall is actually 6 feet tall, which leaves me a 2-foot pony wall. That's the case on the southeast elevation as well as the northwest elevation. So why don't I say that the foundation wall height is 6 feet? Then the calculator will know that any basement room has a 2-foot pony wall. And I can customize that as needed, which will be the case if we're talking about the front of house or the back of house. Next, I want to enter the conditioned joist space. So what this is talking about is this warm floor here, this floor construction, which lives inside of conditioned space, that also makes up part of the volume of the home. So I can see that the area of this floor is going to be the same as the area of the main floor. So I'm just going to type equals and click on the main floor above. And I know the same is actually true for the floor between the main and the upper floor. That's this one here. Lastly, what is the height of the floor header? It is 12 inches and 12 and 7/8 inch. So I'm going to type equals brackets 12 plus 7 over 8, and then divide that by 12. That's how I convert inches into feet. I'm going to copy and paste that here because it's the same there. Then we're going to get into the vaulted ceiling definition, which I will do in another video.